This is one from what, I
Oh, yeah.
forgot this
Oh
company
yeah, that
out of.
one.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the company, but they had an
I don't
issue.
think they want to
No,
tell the name of the company anymore.
no, we're good. We'll leave them out. But this is an example of what something that bad could happen. So it looks like he loads the software in. He's not expecting this to happen.
Wait, okay, I didn't watch the whole thing. Wow,
Wow.
it's following him.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. So exactly, I mean, end of the day, those things are machines.
And all that was probably a wrong line of code or enter when he didn't mean to hit enter or push a button
Yeah.
on
Oh,
accident.
it's a
and-
corruption, right? He corrupted a code somehow
Yep.
because what he meant, it didn't ran through the right channels and didn't save it at the right
But now,
library or
what
whatever.
was the fault there? Was it was it supposed to be doing something and to make it look almost like, hey, it's trying to attack him, or was it actually trying to attack him? Right? I mean, you're kind of your mind goes that way of like, wait, what went wrong here?
What was
Yeah.
that movie, iRobot?
Oh
was
yeah,
that?
the
Yeah.
iRobot.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
Will Smith, he freaking just shoots one robot and the other one, the one that's actually the bad one kind of steps out of the line.
Yep.
Was
Or
this the one?
that-
Is this
It-
the
it
one
was-
trying to step out of the line or
No,
what?
no, no. It was.
Yeah, well, this is kind of my question, right? Is it in our minds we're
Yeah.
sitting here thinking that looks like it's going rogue and
Mm-hmm.
it's trying to attack the guy, when in reality it's probably a wrong line of code
It's a code.
somewhere.
It's
and
a machine.
He,
It's
he
a
did
code.
something
It-
wrong, and it's supposed to be walking,
it's
and it
just
can't
like-
walk, and because if you saw it was hanging
It's-
there.
So it's just like, okay, some cars, right? Because nowadays the cars, the pedals, they don't have actual mechanism on the accelerators. They don't have the actual hardwire connection to the brakes. They are actually connected by the sensors. So your pedals, there's a sensor underneath. They're pressing,
Yeah, and
on
if
that sensor,
it
right?
knows how much force to put on the brakes.
Right. So, and you've seen the cars where people, cops are chasing because they're not able to stop, and it's a malfunction, right? But because that thing look like human, and it kind of touches us a little more, like because
Yeah.
we've seen too many movies, and
Right.
we know how those movies start. They start like that.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, something like this, we're walking into something different, and I know this from being in the industry, manufacturing industry, that at least this is what robot programmers tell me. If it's programmed to hit a wall, it's going to hit the wall every time.
Yep.
And for some reason, it did that, and maybe he was trying something. Maybe he had a space or a character out of place. And
Well, and I was going to just mention that, like you said, on an industrial manufacturing robot, I've seen them sometimes freak out. We'll say for some odd reason it does a turn or flip or something happens, and it had crushed a I-beam before.
Yes.
So if that looked more like a human or something, and somebody at 15 years ago was able to record that, we would have been like, oh my goodness, it's trying to take over, or it's trying to break free.
Yeah.
Right. But because it's more of an industrial style robot, we just think, oh, okay, something was wrong in the code, a sensor was broken, something happened, right?
That and to your point, I seen that happen working with industrial robots. So what happened is, like, you got your, I want to go too details, but like PLCs and the program, and you stop that and the program is not totally fully finished, and you stopped in the middle of the program. Somehow he stopped it, whatever we did. And instead of starting from the beginning where all the housekeeping is, you now starting it from the middle.
Yeah.
So when you're starting from the middle, is because it's want to go home or whatever, and it did not really get
Doesn't
into
follow the normal path.
It didn't go do
Yeah.
the whole housekeeping, and it just slam the fence out or slam whatever right next to it.
yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
it's
So it's
important.
Generally human error.
It is.
When you see something like
It is.
that.
It is.
And generally, I'm going to guess, in the future we're going to see a lot more
honestly,
like this.
guys like us, we've been through the industry. We understand that that's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
Those type of situations going to happen. But obviously, you got to do what your best to ensure that doesn't happen and make sure
Yeah.
everybody's safe. Make sure, I always say, make sure it's going to feel safe.
Yep. Yep.
And that's kind of the tough part about this, about doing
Yep.
all that. So, any last words on this particular topic?
I think it is. It's still anything like that gonna be highlighted because we are not fully sold on these things. Not well. People who work with them, they know what it is, and people who never came across
Yep.
robots or any sort of way.
I'm chalking that one up to human error. Now, if it
Yeah.
does it again 100 different times with 100 different kinds of robots that they're programming, then I'm going to start to get a little nervous.
Yeah.
But for now,
For right
human
now,
error.
it's human error. No, I concur.